Her. Ah. Hello, and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay, and it's late, so I'm just drinking water, because hydration is important. And if I was drinking anything else, obviously, hello, it'd be in a cup mug. And you can get yours at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Link is in the description below, and we do ship both in the US and internationally, so there are no excuses. And we're looking at all of you that watch this season, specifically and only this season of Dancing with the Stars.
Hello, guys. It's your favorite Black queer content creator, Kumori, aka Sparkling Alien, and I'm back for revenge. Twitter, I'm talking to you. You know what you did. You're gonna get it. Okay, yeah. So if you didn't know, guys, Twitter they take my original account down. So now I have new socials. So
Yeah.
look below, follow me there,
Yeah.
and let's get back to 500, baby. Okay.
Please, yes. Follow Comorian because the content is good. Y'all, the content is good. Point blank and period. But yes, and all those links will be in the description below. But we are here to talk about and we are here to talk 2 weeks worth of Dancing with the Stars because we took last week off because it was Thanksgiving here in the US and we deserved it. So we deserved the time off. And we're back better than ever before to talk about 2 weeks of Dancing with the Stars. And I'm very thrilled. I'm going to say that right off the bat. I'm thrilled. Across the board.
Agreed.
Let us, without further ado, we're just going to dive in. Before we do, make sure to subscribe because we're here almost every day of the week giving you almost everything reality TV. So make sure you are here because we're putting out some good content and we appreciate your support. So we're going to start with week 9 and it's Taylor week and I was thrilled. Going from Whitney straight to Taylor to my favorites, thrilled.
I mean, I was excited for this. I know they haven't really been planning for this big event of Taylor Swift night, and definitely it was a big night. First, I want to say about the opening number, a beautiful opening number. I really enjoyed love story. Everything was just so beautiful. It was just perfect and amazing. I really enjoyed that number, definitely.
So good. Let's talk about our dances. So we have our solo dances. We're going to start there. And then we are going to talk about the relay dances as well. First up on this evening, Allison and Sasha doing a cha-cha to You Belong With Me. Maureen, what'd you think?
I would say the personality, I think with Allison, she has been getting better, and what I just love is that she is shining more. I think her personality, I think it will make a routine fun. I do say she at least got the proper thing. She did a good, I think, a nice job. I just think it just the footwork could have been better. And for me, I don't know. For me, I just like I'm glad that someone said something. I'm glad. I'm sorry, but Sasha, buddy, like we're getting to the point. Like I'm like we need more. You giving her just a couple things. Like I feel like we could have. Cause Addison is good better. Like we could have like shown her true potential and give her more. Like because she's at least challenge her more. But it feel like he needed to set up the choreography. And for me, there's someone who has watched him over the years. He pretty much gives the same stuff to pretty much all of his partners, even people who he has had before have been like some of his strongest people. Like, we want you to kind of like, it's kind of getting repetitive and boring. And eventually, and I just think about the fandom. The fandom does not like Sasha anymore than when he started. So it's kind of going down for him as a pro.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think this routine was fine, but I think a lot of this did come down to Sasha's choreo. I think he could have challenged her. It's week 9, and we're not really getting challenged. Why aren't we getting challenged here? And like, I think what she did was perfectly lovely and fine for week 4. But I agree with you. The personality was there. She's having the best time doing this, and I'm happy for her. Unfortunately, she did get a 29, 3 7s, and an 8 from our guest judge, Mandy Moore, choreographer for Eras Tour. Per love,
Okay.
love it. But yeah, my score would have been a 7.
Yeah, it would have been a 7 for me as well.
Yeah. Let's talk about Ariana and Pasha doing a rumba to Cruel Summer, which is one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. So I was thrilled. We'll talk about somebody else that did one of my favorite songs, and I was mad about it. But Kamarian, what do you think of the rumba?
I thought I love that I love that she gave us just a classic, beautiful rumba, straight to the point. It was beautiful. I thought this was probably one of her best dances, and I love that they really like even the song. Even though the song was kind of like a different thing, they really focused on the technique during this dance, and you just see her just trying to stand every movement with her hands, and it was so good. It was beautiful. I enjoyed it. I feel like Ariana is pretty much. I was just seeing her transform throughout this time she's been in the show. You know, it's just great to see her just be like being and just be her, just let go and be like just transform into this new person that I haven't ever seen. So I'm just happy just to witness that from her.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a risk to go back to basics a little bit in week 9. And I think with the fact that there were 2 dances this week, I don't think this was necessarily a bad move from Pasha because what she did, she executed masterfully. Her extension was there. I couldn't keep my eyes off of her. And I know Pasha's there and he's very nice to look at usually, but I could not take my eyes off of Ariana Madix. And we'll talk about it. She might be my winner pick going into the finale.
Wow.
We'll see. Your score, my dear.
It was a 10 for me. It was a beautiful 10. I loved it.
I'm I'm gonna give it a 9 only because I do think it was it. There were other dances I enjoyed of this group, but
Mhm.
she did get her 110 from Bruno, and I was happy to see it. And she ended up with a 37. Deserved for sure.
Yeah.
Because this was for me the best dance of this set right here. Jason and Daniela doing the Argentine tango to "Don't Blame Me." This was my favorite.
Definitely, this is Jason's. I think this was his breakthrough dance. I think from just a couple of weeks, just getting mixed opinions for the judges, and then I think last week, I think definitely was the week. It's kind of like this is what I have to bring it. I really need to bring it because last week as we saw, he really messed up majority of the routine, and you just felt the defeat from him. It's kind of like
Yeah,
I don't know where I need to bring back anybody that Jason that started this season off with a bang. So and definitely a bang he did.
yeah,
I want to say it was a clean routine. He was in the zone, the passion, the footwork. He was in this dance. He performed the hell out of that routine, and it just shows that just how hard his work, how hard his work ethic is, and how just amazing performer he is. And the reason why, the song is Mo. She's pretty right here. I'm just
yeah,
amazed. And he came back. What a good comeback routine for me.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I personally have preferred more of his lap dances than I have his ballroom over the course of the season. And so I loved that, we got this moment from him where he was
Mhm.
very, very strong in this tango. I didn't see a single thing off. I'm not a dance professional, but I didn't see a damn thing that he did wrong. And I mean, the judges agreed. But what would be your score?
It was a 10.
A 10. Duh. And he got a perfect 40. I love it. I'm happy that he got his perfect score finally. And it was the right dance. It was deserved
Hmm.
for sure. Well, we only got to talk about him for a little bit longer. So, Harry and Riley doing the rumba to one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs, which was August. I
Oh.
when Lana was mad about NSYNC, this is my moment to be mad because they just keep giving him the good songs, and I'm mad about it.
Wait, but did he get like the actual like audio of her song too? Did he get like, the actual audio?
I don't remember
I think it sounded like it was actually Taylor Swift singing the
if
actual
if
original.
they.
Then I think it was the original audio of the song.
Boo! Tomato, tomato. Boo!
Damn.
Boo!
Well, thank you, Swifties. You caught him not following Taylor Swift, so
We put in work before Taylor Swift week, and we said he hates Taylor Swift, and then we found out he did. He didn't like Taylor, and I was like, oh no, he's done. Before I even watched, when they popped up and he said he is not a huge fan of Taylor Swift, I was like, he's done. The Swifties are running for everybody else, and they did. And thank you, Swifties.
thank you,
I will
thank
say
you.
though, I think this might have been my favorite dance of his. If I have to have a favorite, like I don't think he did bad.
To me, I'm sorry, his band stance for me was him in that team dance, and that's a shame.
Okay, yeah.
To me, if none of your routine, if this is me telling that you and a team dance was amazing, and that none of your individual routines have amazing at this whole season, it's that. It's that. It was all right. I mean, he was trying, but I mean, it was still kind of what he did in the dance off last week with the Rome, but it was still kind of that.
It's stiff.
It needed more. It was stuff.
I still think this might have been his best dance. Other than that group dance, I do agree with you. I think the group dance was where it was his moment. But I think like even then, like his extension wasn't bad. He was stiff, but like I mean Riley did most of the work as she has all season. And you know what?
Hmm.
I am happy that Riley got a bigger paycheck than she probably expected going into this season with Harry Jowsey. So her. Do your score.
Yeah, it was a 7. I'll be genuine. It was a 7. I would give it a 7. It would have been 7.
I'll give him a 7. And he got 2 7s and 2 8s. We got an 8 from Carrie Ann and Mandy, and 7s from Derek and Bruno. And I'm like, thank you, Derek and Bruno.
Thank
Mandy, you don't know
you.
better, but
Hmm.
Carrie Ann,
I feel like
bombastic side
oh,
eye,
no,
criminal offense side eye.
I could just know, like in the moment that she was giving her a freebie on that one. That was a freebie. Like Carrie, like and you could be very crucial when it comes to these other celebs. You, you can't. I mean, she picks what she wants to be crucial. That's the thing. 'Cause it'd be like crucial. Be like, you know what? I am so proud of you. You have broke your time. Like you finally got out of your shell. I feel like you know what? Just be real. Keep it real. You're gonna be crucial on them. Be crucial on them. They'll be like, uh, you need more. I'd be like, in the next week, oh my god, girl, you slayed that. Yes, yes. I know I was hurting you, but yes, yes. I don't like when she does that. It comes up as phony.
I loved all the what's it called? The articles that were like Carrie Ann and Abba shocked at Taylor Swift night results. I'm like, okay, whatever, girl. Be mad. Be mad, Carrie Ann. Be mad. Uh, and now we get to talk about Charity. Charity and Arden. Look What You Made Me Do, Argentine Tango, perfect song and dance choice.
I mean, her legs, some of the best. She has some of the best
Oh,
legs of the show.
oh.
I mean, it was fierce. It was the first thing I loved it. To me, it was a top notch performance. I don't know what else do they want for her. I felt she actually came. Well, I think you know what, it was good. Actually, it was amazing. I enjoyed it, but I still maybe I think I can see why. I think sometimes like she performs the heck out of it, but like her facial expression does not show it at all. So the thing is, you can be the your technique can be perfection, but if the face is not selling, then it's disjointed. It's off
The face.
sometimes.
The face was the only issue I had with this, really, because she had technique down. Her face is gorgeous and has looked
Hmm.
great every week. but her face has been her Achilles heel this entire season. And I hate to see it, but I thought this was a very strong performance. Um, the fact that she got nines from certain judges that gave eights to Harry is disrespectful, but we move.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought this was I think my second favorite, despite the face of it all.
It's probably my third or fourth. It was still good
Under
though.
under Zochi.
Yeah, we will get to her because
Let's give your score for Charity.
it was still a ten to me. I enjoyed it. It was still amazing. It is the face, but it was still for me. If I was judging it like on a technique level, it was a perfect Argentine tango. It was a 10.
I want to give her a 10 so bad, but I don't think I can because the fate. I'm gonna give her a 9. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
but she got a 38. She got two tens from Derek and Bruno, two nines from Carrie Ann and Mandy. Fine. Fine. Whatever. Now, baby, you talk about Zochi in this quick step to paper rings, which another great
Uh,
choice. They picked so many obscure Taylor picks in the best
mm-hmm.
way for me this whole night. I was like, oh my God, yes, I love it. But
I mean,
speak on it.
I mean, everything just felt so right. 'Cause actually, I'm gonna show you. Actually, this is my wallpaper. Oh no, it's blurry. You
Oh,
can't see it.
oh no, you're blurry. Oh. Burr! Oh, I love that.
And I'm trying to get a phone case. It's from that dance too. And when I get my phone, new phone.
Oh my God.
So
You better get a good photo of that too. There's got to be some good stills.
yeah, it's custom made. I made it myself. So yes, so I just loved it. It
Yes.
first like I love first up the costumes. Oh, I
Oh,
love the different color, just the proper color, and like it was
oh,
cute. And then their fun personalities in the dance. It was just a fun, entertaining routine. I really enjoyed it. It it was good. I really enjoyed it though. I thought it was amazing. I loved it. It was just fun to watch. She had just been someone I adore throughout this whole time, and every week, every I get to know her, and she does better, the more I get to love her even more. I just love her. I really do.
yeah. Dare I say this was her breakout dance, despite getting a perfect score last week?
Hmm.
Because I think this was the first time where I could tell that just throughout the entire routine, she was having fun. You could see the joy, you could see the amount of fun she was having on her face, and that sold me on what was
Hmm.
a technically fantastic dance.
Like
So,
if like once I would like such a like oh my god her quick step her Taylor Swift quick step is still one like something we can remember. Just the
uh-huh.
outfits, everything about the performance. I feel like it's an iconic performance. Definitely for sure.
Yeah,
We're gonna remember this dance for sure.
I think so. I think
Out of
so.
all her work this season, definitely it's one.
So I don't think I need to ask, but I am going to ask what your score is.
I mean, it's a 10 for my Zochi and Val people.
I said I like charities more than I like Xochitls, but I am going to give Xochitl a 10. So I lied several times on this podcast here today, but it's fine.
Mm,
And they got a 38. Nines from Carrie Ann and Derek, tens from Mandy and Bruno. But Bruno's been a bit of a Xochitl Gomez apologist. And I mean, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad
not
at
mad at
that.
all.
But and then we do have our dance relay. Um, First up, we had the Viennese waltz relay. Xochitl and Val versus Ariana and Pasha doing the Viennese waltz to Lover. Another banger of a pick. Thank you.
I want to say it was a tight one. Definitely for sure, it was a tight one.
This was the
I
tightest one for me.
to me I'm gonna this was the second tightest one for me. I love okay, first starting with Ariana Pasha. I love they gave they gave a classic Venus Waltz. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. I will say that I think was one part I think she kind of lost her head just like for a little
Yeah.
bit, and then she kind of like was just like and then picked back out and carried.
She realized
I
where
feel
the hell she
like
was. She was like, I'm on Dancing with the Stars. Oh, Lord, I got to do this Viennese waltz. I
yeah,
saw it too.
yeah. I feel like that was probably the reason why I think that why she probably ended up not winning the relay, and I think Zochi gave like more like a modern version a beautiful version, and it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. It was they both did very well, but I would have chose Zochi as the winner for this relay.
I agree with you. I mean, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about Pasha giving Ariana a little bit of a back to basics week, having two dances here.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that was a bad thing because I think in their rumba, I think it really played to their advantage. Unfortunately, here I think Zochi and Val just kind of not techniqued, but out flared Ariana and
Mm-hmm.
Pasha here. And I think that ultimately was why Zochi and Val won this relay. I agreed with that as well. So, but I think for me this was the closest. But I understand why. I know what your closest is, and I understand why. But we got to talk about the jive. Allison and Sasha versus Harry and Riley for the second week in a row. Like, what was that draw?
I mean, at least. I mean, I'm kind of. I mean, I wasn't mad about this them doing it again because at
I'm
least
not mad at.
with the other two relays, we got a show. We got a
Yeah.
battle. If they would have been with somebody else, it would have been a blowout.
And they
It would
did
have
it
been
to
a blowout.
shake it off too, which I think is a great choice. It's just
Mm-hmm.
I didn't love either of these.
Yeah, Harry and Riley. I mean, I love it. Yeah, it was just it was very flat, but it was just very stiff. And I mean, Alice, I would say Allison was the better one, so she beat him
Yeah.
again. But it was still. And mind you, they had never. The thing is, this is the second week that they had did a dance that they haven't learned this season.
Yeah.
So coming from doing a rumba, they didn't learn it. Now doing a jive, they
Mm-hmm.
didn't even learn it. So eventually, it's going to be off anyway.
I mean, these were the fifth and sixth best routines of the relay. Point blank and
Hmm.
period. Like that's just what it is. I agree with you. I do think Allison and Sasha won, and they did, thankfully. I think the personality coming from Allison was a little bit stronger than the overall routine from Harry and Riley. So, but and last up, we have the Cha Cha relay. Jason and Daniela versus Charity and Artem to the Felix Jane remix of my favorite midnight song, Lavender Haze. And when Lavender Haze came on, I said, yes, yes.
Not
Best
like
choice.
when I first saw that they were um I was like when it first appeared, it was just I was like, how are you gonna do a cha cha to Lavender Haze? And I was like, oh, it's a kind of it was like a remix. I was like, okay, fine. But I was
Yeah.
like, this was to me, this is the tightest battle that I'm like. I want to say Jason. When I say Jason got in that floor and would just, I was like Jason,
Baby.
Jason, David. They said I know you're in your 40s, but like, damn,
I
like,
know.
holla, hi.
He like, he low key kind of like, not really, but kind of dance circles around Charity and Artem. But he looked good doing it. But
Yeah, like for real.
mm,
And I feel bad for Charity because this is kind of like I feel like it was a setup. I feel like why would you get Charity? But to be honest, yeah, I was. I mean, I actually what I would have did was I would have mind Charity and Zochi going again, and then Zochi beating Charity. That would have been actually would have been fine. Cause her doing a cha cha again to me is kind of like I would like to be honest. I would like her again. I know she
yeah.
probably was tired doing the same dance over again for like a regular dance off. But she was still good. It just eventually, I
But
think,
she
just
does it so good.
yeah, she was so good. But I just said just Jason with the flavor, the passion, performance, and just he was just feeling it. It was over when she got on the floor, unfortunately. But she still did. But she still ate though. But it was just Jason. Just wow, Jason.
Jason 8. I
Jason
can't
ate.
I can't be mad. I can't be mad. But it is time. The long awaited announcement of who is finally eliminated from this damn show, and it's Harry and Riley. I'm not even gonna wait. I'm not even gonna. Thank goodness, finally. But don't matter. Any thoughts, Kamorian?
Bye. I mean, your
Let's move
time
on,
was
shall we?
overdue. Yes.
Well, too overdue. But semifinals. So I didn't put the two separate dances on different slides. I figure we could just condense our time and just talk about the two dances together because that is a little bit easier. So, first up, opening and closing the show, we have Ariana and Pasha. They opened with a jive to Runaway Baby by Bruno Mars, and they closed the
Mm-hmm.
show Foxtrot to Trampoline by Shade and Zayn.
First, Trampoline. Love that song. Love it. That was been the song
Yeah.
I wanted to dance to. Starting with the jive,
Mm-hmm.
it was a good, solid jive. I thought that actually wasn't my favorite routine from her. I just felt like I think definitely I think was kind of the deal breaker for it, or just her feet wasn't. You can tell like you think about it. I think throughout this whole like her feet has been like kind of the man has been getting injured for like pretty much the time. I think ever since week 3, she has been in felt pain this entire time. So eventually, it wasn't gonna be as impactful as it would have. But she still gave energy. I loved it, and I felt it was slow for a jive. I thought I maybe it was just a tempo of the song, the side of the song, because this song is actually very faster than what they gave her to do for this dance.
Yeah.
So, and it was just that, and then unfortunately, just her foot pain eventually. It was still a fun jive. It was
Yeah.
still solid. She still hit the marks. It wasn't as impactful as I wanted it to be.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. I think this was the first time for me with Ariana that I noticed that she was in pain. Like it's the first
Hmm.
time that I saw it on her face, and I was like, "Oh no, baby, no." But I do still think it was a solid performance. Footwork was there. Footwork was as there as she could with a foot injury, so
Hmm.
I'm not gonna be too upset about it. But what I did love was her foxtrot. There was no notes for me. Again, hi, not a dance professional, but no notes. And
Yeah, her
there you could tell she was having a lot more fun.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was perfection. It was elegant. It was clean. She glided across the floor. It was beautiful, and you can tell she felt so much. Like she felt very more calm and more relaxed, and it was beautiful. Definitely beautiful.
Yeah. Your scores.
So it was a 9 for my drive for her drive, and a 10 for her foxtrot.
I completely agree with you. 9 for the jive, 10 for the foxtrot. And that was pretty close to what they got. They got a 28 for the jive, with Bruno giving them a 10, and then they got a perfect score of 30 for their foxtrot, which deserved. Per. Love it. Let's move to Jason and Daniela. They went second in the order, doing a Viennese waltz to finally a Jason Mraz song. I thought they were going to save it until the finale, but no, we're going to do it now. To I Won't Give Up, which is a great song. And then they went sixth in the order, doing a paso to Diablo Rojo by Rodrigo y Gabriela.
I would say actually this is his second song. He did his song the first week.
Oh, you're so right. Yeah. That
And,
feels
and
like an eternity ago, Kamorian.
Yeah. And he's gonna do the same song he did week 1 again for the finale, so it'll be a big number. But yeah,
Mm,
back to the Venus Waltz. I think this is. I think it was a beautiful dance. I felt the emotion. I think unfortunately I think we know that ballroom it is not Jason's thing. It's okay, but he gave it all. It was still a beautiful clean routine. We could tell it was there's some moments that it could have been more powerful, but when it came to that paso
oh,
doble, what I
oh,
said I was so excited because with Daniela, far as Paso Dobles that she has given, they had given her very I'm gonna tell you when it comes to Paso, when it came to Daniela, they have been giving her crazy song choices that you would think would not go well with a paso doble, and
Mm,
she had to work with it, what she
mhm.
had for the dance. So her getting a classic song that fits the paso doble, I was so excited, and she did not disappoint it, and she made Jason work hard, and it showed. He was strong. It was clean. The Spanish lines, the footwork. Wow! I say he showed out. He showed out.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Like I said before, his Latin stuff has been the stuff that I've preferred from Jason all season, and this was no exception. I think the Viennese Waltz was good. I think it's one of the better Viennese Waltz we've seen of this season. My
Mhm.
only issue with it is I lost his face in a couple of moments. It really looked
Mhm.
like he was thinking about it, which I don't. Not something I want to see particularly, but overall, lines were clean, footwork was
Mhm.
good. Like overall, it was a solid performance. That Paso baby, like they, like you said, they've done Daniela dirty, and they finally gave her something good to work with, and I was thrilled to see it. I just can I say again, maybe this is Jason's breakout dance. Maybe
I
I don't know.
maybe I still
I
think
mean, a
it's
good time to be.
Argentine tango.
Oh
I
yeah,
think it's Argentine tango. I think actually this is up there with it's definitely his second breakthrough for sure. His best dance of the season.
I would have two best. Oh, for sure. And your
Hmm.
scores.
9 for his Viennese waltz and a perfect 10 for his paso.
Guess what? I'm agreeing with you. Because that's really all I can do is agree. A 9 for the Viennese Waltz, which is what he got, nines across the board, and a perfect 30 for his Paso. Deserved, for sure.
Hmm.
Ha, Zochi and Val. They were third in the order, doing a samba to samba. Now, is this the first time they pulled Gloria Estefan for someone
I think
in
this
this song?
season.
This song,
I think this is the first time this season. I believe, but
did they have they done this song before on previous
no,
seasons?
it's based samba. It's basically conga, but it just changed to samba. She instead of saying like
Yeah,
this is the conga by Gloria Estefan, but it's the samba version. She just says samba in it, so it's
stupid.
basically the same song, but it's just samba.
Stupid. And then they went seventh in the order, doing a waltz to La Vie en Rose, the Lady Gaga version.
First, the samba. I mean, her best line of dance of today.
Agreed.
Just amazing. The song, the technique, the performance. She just amazing. And then on her waltz, I put it I put what every day I go on Reddit I did predictions. So I was like
Uh-huh.
I said with her watch, like I said, we're gonna feel a moment in the
Mm.
ballroom when she does this dance. And well, I say my prediction worked as perfectly planned as I wanted to. Cause that waltz, it was just so beautiful. When I said I didn't see another word, I just felt I was in awe. I was in awe with what I saw. And even when I said Lynn would be proud of this dance, I was like,
I
this is
cried.
telling this is telling you I was like, to me, this is a sign. Like if they're saying Lynn will love this dance, I feel like for me, I feel like Zochi should be the first one to take this trophy home for Lynn. I feel like it's amazing.
You with her quick step in Taylor Night is me with this waltz. Like it just this is I think this is the dance as of right now that I remember after this season. That this is the dance for me. I think her samba was incredibly solid, very beautiful. I agree with you. Her best Latin dance. I was gonna say by far, but no, she most of her Latin's been good. But no, I mean, do I even need to ask your scores, Kamarian?
I mean, it was both tens for both dances. The perfect night for her.
Duh. And the first double perfect score deserved. Deserved. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Charity and Artem. Fourth in the lineup, doing a rumba to Love the Way You Lie by Skylar Grey. Love the choice. And then eighth in the order, doing a quick step to Boss. So good.
Hey, I feel that she should have been the also the person that should have had a perfect night. Thank you, thanks a lot, Derek. The rumba. What her best dance? Her best dance. I think this is the dance when she finally puts it all together. Like it was just the fluidity, the technique, the emotion. Like this is what we wanted from
Yeah.
when to get there, and she finally got it. It was beautiful. It was perfection. And that nine, Derek, I'm gonna catch these hands. I don't know what you said about
Mm,
it was still not enough, baby. It was enough. It was shown. Like what are you talking about? But and the quick step was fun. I enjoyed it, and she was showing her personality in that one too. And just a great performance as all around. To me, I feel like it should have been a product for her as well.
I agree with you, and I think we've been talking all episode about the breakout dances. That rumba for me was Charity's breakout for sure. Like
Mm-hmm.
I felt, I agree with you. She put it all together. The lines were so clean. That extension was so good. She was in it. Her face was in it, and I was like, oh, thank God, Charity. Thank you, Charity. And I agree with the quick step. I think Boss is such a fun choice for quick
Mm-hmm.
step. I was like, this is a good choice. I love this. A personality, charisma beyond belief dance company owned by Alyssa Edwards. Like, pff, Derek, you're going to also catch these hands. Kamorian will go first, and I'll finish it. Mm, mm, mm. And are we both perfect scores for both?
Yes, a perfect to both.
And unfortunately, she didn't get it. She had the second highest score of the night, though, so I was thrilled
Mm-hmm.
about that. Very, very thrilled about that. But, Derek. Mm. And last up, we're going to talk about our dear Allison and Sasha doing another jive. Two jives in a row, this time to Footloose. And we have our waltz to Come Away With Me by Nora Jones.
Okay, let's start with the. Let me get my back. The drive. Sasha. I mean, thank you for giving her more, Sasha. But
Uh,
what the was that? What was that? I'm sorry. What the was that? I can't. I mean, the whole you jump on her was cool, but far as like it was fun. I knew she was gonna struggle a little bit, but for me, it was kind of like, Sasha, come on, man, come on, Sasha, come on, Sasha. This is why Sasha. People don't see. I don't hate people. I don't hate you, Sasha, but I feel like people don't like it because they feel like you as a pro you basically waste your time as a pro because you had so many of these good people as your partners and you're just not really showing their full potential because you're giving the same kind of choreography to each person. Okay, like to me, like what like the reason why people love that, the reason why people love people like Derek, is why Derek is the only person to have the most mirror balls because it was for a reason. He knew how to make it work. And I feel like,
yeah,
and as far as like Derek, Derek for out his time being a pro, he always at least makes it like top six. Like
yeah.
I think sixth place is like his worst place on the show. So he takes his
I
time
think
to
he
very
had
far.
one early season because he just got put with somebody that was just not great. But
I don't remember, but I think pretty much all his partners have been at least like
you would know
top
it more than I
six.
would, full T. So
Yeah, yeah. As far as his part, like Derek has had many partners, different sizes, different ages, different shapes, different
Amber
color.
Riley.
Amber Riley's one of simple.
Lana
Totally,
Lana would be mad at me if I did not mention our collective icon, Amber Riley.
yes, like Amber Riley. Like he carried her fiercely rose self around
Ugh,
that dance floor, lift her up. It was able to make it work. And it was actually when Sasha, you competed with Derek and Amber with Snooki. You like as for me, like I remember like Sasha was not as good when he first started. Like when he first started with Snooki, like I was like, oh Sasha, I'm very sure was gonna bring. And then
mm,
unfortunately he was put in the shoot and then came back. And then I did actually I did enjoy him with Tara. With
hmm.
Tara. That was
Oh
a
yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
one.
That was good.
But ever since Simone Biles for me, that's kind of what it went.
Yeah.
Because Even with I think with Suni Lee, the gymnast, I thought Suni Lee would probably be like one of the front
Oh,
runners. So
I was angry.
I
Suni's
was
whole
like,
season. I was angry.
I know like if Suni Lee had a different partner, she would have been better than what she was.
Could you imagine Suni and Val?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Suni and
saying.
Pasha?
That's what I
Suni
was
and
saying.
Brandon. Could you imagine Suni and Brandon? That's what I want, I think. Ugh.
I mean,
Anyway,
I like Brandon. Sometimes I don't. I mean, but he's not as bad as Sasha, who's been he has been Sasha has been in longer than him. And
yeah.
I just feel like Sasha, you have at this time. I feel like I love it, but I think it's time to pack her up. If not, it could let you still at least be part of the troop. At least be a backup dancer. As all I can say. But I feel like Sasha, people are not going to be in your side anymore. Not going to rock with you because of what you're giving to your celebs. You're giving the same stuff. They're gonna be like, they basically saying you're a one trick pony.
I get the sense that they don't like each other. And I don't know if that's T, but like I get the sense that either like I don't know if it's mutual, but I get the sense that he just really does not vibe with her personality. Because I think he's so used to having the more like professional people. And really the only person other than Allison he's had that has like a big bombastic personality is Snooki. And so I just don't think he's used to someone with I don't know, someone who's in comedy. I think that's just kind of the tea. But on the dances themselves, I think the waltz was a little bit stronger than the jive.
Yeah.
The jive, there wasn't much more than what, he gave in the relay. It was a little bit, so thank you.
Mhm.
But the waltz was clean. Her face was in it. Lines were good. Not a perfect dance. I think there was a stumble at one point. But I mean, overall, it wasn't bad.
I to me this was her best dance. Her waltz, it was a beautiful dance. I loved it.
I agree.
But yeah,
Yeah. Scores.
um, I'm gonna give it a 7 for her jive. But I'm gonna give her a 9. I think my first 9 from her for her waltz.
I'm gonna give her drive an 8 because I think it was more so Sasha than it was Allison.
Hmm.
That was kind of the issue with that. So I'm gonna give them an 8 for the jive and a 9 for the waltz. And that's pretty, I mean, across the board what they got. 9 from Carrie Ann on the jive, and then 8s from the gentleman, and then an 8 from Carrie Ann on the waltz, and 9s from Derek and Bruno for the waltz. Now, I don't know about you, Kamorian, but when they started this announcement of who was in the final,
No, no. Here's how I was like, okay, someone's going home. I pray that's the right outcome. So when it got to, so this is me before the whole announcement came up. I was like, okay, it's ready. When they said Allison and Sasha as the first couple to finale,
first,
my my, here's what I was doing. I was actually gonna post like, there go my top four. Here's the top four of the season, and all you see was Allison and Sasha. I deleted my whole draft. I was like,
no.
and I turned. It was like, this is me. I was like, oh my god, oh my god. I was like, oh no,
It's
Charity's
like,
going home.
I
Charity's
know,
going
I know, I
home.
thought the same thing. I was like, fuck.
And then they said Jason's like, okay.
I was like,
And they
okay,
said
great.
Charity. I was like, oh, whew. But I was like, oh no,
I said,
Ariana
oh
and
no, they're sending.
Zochi.
I said, oh shit, they're sending Ariana home because of
Oh
her
no,
injury.
and then it makes it even worse. 'Cause at first, Ariana started getting emotional, and then Zochi kind of like, I think when it got like closer,
Mhm.
you said Zochi started going crazy and crying, and then when they said none of you are going home, I was like,
Not a damn
oh my
person.
god, no, no, 'cause, like, and that
Oh,
was I would have pulled a Monique from All Stars for RuPaul's like, Monique, I have nothing to
drop.
say. Drop on the floor. That would have been me on the floor.
Oh, a
Boom.
100%. Mo's my favorite. So any Mo reference, I love.
Yes.
But no, I was a little gooped. I'm gonna be honest, Kamori, I was a little gooped.
No, I was shook. Like I gotta take a break, go get some water, because I was like, I was shook. I was shaking. I was like, oh my god. I was like, why y'all freaking scare me like that? Y'all gonna give me a heart attack.
I
I
mean,
was. Whew.
I'm thrilled about it. Because I love Allison. Should she have gone home here? Yes. Am I excited for Allison making the final? Yes. And everybody else, because that was the deserved top four.
Hmm. I mean, I was happy for Allison, but I mean, for me, I feel like for me, I think her going out in the semifinals should have been the right call for me.
I
But
agree.
we found out they had this plan since the get go, so it makes it upset. I feel like Lele and Lele was not deservedly. I feel like
I know.
Lele would have been the finale if this would not happen, thanks to Harry. But it is what it is.
If it
I mean,
wasn't Lele, I'm happy it was Allison because she really has put in some good work this season, despite not having, the best partner in the world to do it with.
mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
Kamorian,
Whew.
I'm gonna ask, who do you want to win this season of Dancing with the Stars? One name. And I know it's difficult because there's four people that I really want to say all four of them. But who do you think is gonna win?
I love all of them dearly, especially my top four. The top four I wrote the top four is. But if I feel like the person I feel who's gonna be your season 32 champions is no other than Zochi and Val. And I feel like this actually let's talk about stats for real. Um Zochi is the youngest contestant this season, and we know our last year's champions, Charlie and Mark, who will be back next week to perform.
So
She
thrilled.
was the youngest competitor. So
Yeah.
if Zochi does take this member home, it will be the first time in Dancing with the Stars history that the back to back champions
Yeah.
have been the youngest competitors of their seasons to win the mirror ball.
That's kind of fierce, don't you think? Like that's kind of fierce. I think any one of that top four could win. And any of those top four winning would make me happy. I would be fine. I love Allison dearly, but I don't think she has lived up to everybody else. But I would be fine with Jason. I'd be fine with Ariana. I'd be fine with Charity. I'd be fine with Zochi. I think for me, the person that I think has shown the most growth throughout this whole process, both in dancing and as a person, is usually the person that I am the most that I gravitate towards the most. For me, that's Ariana Maddox. I think she came in and people were like, oh, she'll go early. She's not going to put in the work. And she put in the work week after week through injury, incessant injury. And I find her incredibly admirable on this entire process. So I think for me, and to be a little bit different, I'm going to say Ariana.
Oh, I'm thinking. I feel like I think we all know. I think everyone's saying. I think Ariana and Zochi top two.
I
So
think so. I
I,
could see it being. I honestly, this is no shade to anybody else. I think it's Zochi and someone.
yeah, it's one of them. It's one of the three. And then, but to me, it all comes down to the freestyle round. So, Val, I'm
Yeah,
looking at you particularly, because I know that I think that Val, I let Zochi take control. I feel like let her, cause it's her
yeah,
freestyle, but also find someone who's on to get her. 'Cause I love you down, but sometimes the lyrical routines is not always the way to go.
yeah.
Like with Normani, 'cause I feel like Normani would have probably
But it
won season
was,
24
but it
if he
was
had
so
not.
good,
It
Kamorian. It
was
was
beautiful.
so
It
good.
was still beautiful, but I think it was kind of like that we weren't expecting the Mana to do that.
I agree
Honestly,
with you, but it was gorgeous.
it was
That's
still.
one of my favorite dances.
I still loved it. It was still. I still loved
Yeah,
it. It was beautiful. It was pure, and the message was beautiful. I loved it. But you think about what I think at the end of the day, people like to be entertained,
yeah,
and but also it's something wrong with having a simplistic routine like Charlie and Martin did. It wasn't
yeah,
like all the backup dancers. It's like it was just them two dancing. So I
yeah.
feel like it has to be the pepper freestyle that fits personally with the couple, that fits with who they are as the still partner. So, but
Yeah.
I know definitely if I think they need to work their asses off because I know Daniela is
I
going
was gonna say
Daniela.
Daniela is known
They
for
need
her
you,
freestyle.
you need to find a way to beat Daniela. That's all I'm gonna say in the freestyle because she is not gonna back down. She's gonna make sure her partner takes this thing home, and she is did it with Amon, and she probably do it. Find a way to do it with Jason too. So I suggest y'all step your game up because Danielle is coming for you.
And I wouldn't count out Artem either. I think
Mm-hmm.
Artem has choreographed some beautiful things. I don't remember how many times. I don't. How many times has he been in the finale? I don't
There's,
remember.
this one on time. There's only one time.
Oh, who was that with again?
Caitlin.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that was so the time he
Oh,
won
I'm
the show.
so
It
happy
was
for him.
so I'm
Yeah.
excited, and that was like during COVID, so it was kind of like a
Yeah.
small freestyle. So actually, this is like his first ever like big freestyle with a partner. So
And I
I'm
think
definitely
Charity can live up to it. So, I mean, I think any of that top four, again, no shade to Allison. I love you down, girl. But any of
hmm
that top four winning, I'll be thrilled. So, well, that's that. We made it through 2 weeks, 18 dances in under an hour. And for that, I am proud of us for that. So,
period.
with that being said, thank you so much for joining us for our recap of Dancing with the Stars. Let us know in the comments below, who do you want to win? Sound off. Let us know who you want to win. Make sure to follow Kamorian on his new socials. We're new. It's down in the description. Make sure to go do that. And while you're down there, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because we're here almost every day of the week giving you almost everything reality TV. If you love drag content, go check out the Cup Pod for almost all things drag. And if you love Eurovision content, make sure to go check out the Cup ESC, our newly launched third channel, where we are talking almost everything Eurovision Song Contest. Down in the description as well, you can follow our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You could go follow all of our individual socials, and you could go get your merch, including but not limited to Cup mug, available down there as well. And with that being said, until the finale, cheers. Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.